AI uses a shit ton of electricity.
Yeah.
Shit ton. And by the way, just a little aside, when people talk about AI taking jobs, because it uses so much electricity, fucking plumbers, electricians, power engineers, all these people, the jobs are going to skyrocket.
Oh, and they're blue-collar jobs, too.
Those are all
because the
blue-collar
facility generate all of
that
this electricity.
power.
That's interesting.
And so they require so much power, and that's why solar farms and everything. There's programs now where if you have solar energy on your home and you have excess the time of day, you could sell it to the local utility plant.
Yeah.
And so there's going to be all these ways to generate power that we need.
Facts. These are all facts. For instance, my neighbor has solar. He sells it back to the utilities company here where we live because he's just generating more power, especially during the summer. Here in South Texas, it gets hot. So my bill, for instance, as an example, just for power per month, maybe 80, $100. His bill is $15. Huge difference. I know that's not AI, but solar, because Mark was talking about solar. But as it relates to AI, 100% construction jobs for data centers, they're going to need that. There's no robots yet that are going to build that for them. They're going to need a lot of water, keep everything cool. Robotics, maintenance, and repair jobs in the future, those robots are eventually going to break down, are going to need maintenance. Warehouse automation supervisors might be in the future with all this coming about. Electricians, HVAC specialists, fiber installers, especially as we speed up everything. Used to be dial-up, then DSL, now fiber. I can only imagine what the next iteration is going to be, but it's just going to be lightning speed. Cybersecurity and compliance roles tied into this. You're going to have to protect it, not only physically, software, cybersecurity, all that needs to be taken into consideration. All right, let's take a look at the comments. As a software engineer, now I need to become a power engineer. Keeps changing, brother. The robot will be able to do all those jobs. Can't wait for the robots to start paying taxes and funding the government. Facts. Fair point. But after they build, they require, by design, much less maintenance and supervision. All right, let's go to the next video.
My son, he's 20. He's a senior in college this fall. Guess what his major is? Computer science.
And he's struggling. Everybody is. I can tell you, so I'm at UC Berkeley, one of the top, let's say, 5 CS programs in the world. And our students typically had 5 internship offers, exceedingly high salaries, multiple offers. They had to run the place. That is not happening today. They're happy to get one job offer.
Wow.
So something is happening in the industry. I think it's a confluence of many things. I think AI is part of it. I think there's a thinning of the ranks that's happening part of it. But something is brewing. And for people like your son, by the way, who 4 years ago were promised, go study computer science. It's going to be a great career. It is future-proof. That changed in 4 years. That is astonishing. And I get this question, by the way, from students all the time is, how do I prepare for this?
Yeah, exactly.
And honestly, I'm sort of at a loss. I used to tell people, you want a broad education. You should know about physics and language and history and philosophy, but then you have to go deep. Like deep into one thing, become really good at one thing. Now I think I'm telling people, be good at a lot of different things because we don't know what the future holds. You need options.
100%. In my opinion, physical. You have to go towards physical. Kind of like we were talking about earlier. Who's going to build all these warehouses? At the end of the day, as far as I know, it cannot build its own warehouse. It cannot build its own network. Physically, all the fiber cables, just everything physically. Perhaps they're probably working on it. But for the time being, in the near future, I want to say less than a decade, might be an opportunity to look at all those physical know-how, SMEs, subject matter experts to put all this together. I can see AI really revolutionizing healthcare in terms of possible diagnoses for patients or just a more accurate, a more broad, or a more informed physician, even nurse practitioner or nurses themselves, to look for those things to speed up the process, to make their work more efficient, and to provide more accurate information to their patients. All right, let's check out the comments. I work with software and AI. I'm telling my kids to become electricians. See? Told you. It's physical. Not AI mostly. It's because by offshoring entry and mid-level CS related positions to India. So we're going foreign. All right. I think the industry is lying. I had multiple calls with the U.S. Space Force and U.S. DoD, and they empathetically said that they're desperate in need of tech grads, and they pay for all their education in the tech field. So, if the leaders in tech say it's still a need, then why is the industry rebuffing it? So this was September 23 of last year for that comment. Different, right? Private sector, government sector, totally different. So might be a good idea to check out the government sector. All right, let's go to the next video.
What jobs are the very first ones AI is going to take?
For a while, I thought it was software engineering. In the way it is today, I think is not going to be a thing because you already have things like Lovable and these other companies where you can generate a website or app just in a few seconds. I think the important thing will be nuance and taste. You have to have that kind of knowledge to make it beyond just the AI slop of build a website that can tell people their finances.
Right.
Consulting, 100%. All of those big consulting firms, I don't know how they are thinking about things internally, but doing research and creating a report and creating a PowerPoint deck is almost like the easiest thing you can do with AI, especially with OpenAI's newest model, o1 and then o3, where it is so good. And you can just pass in everything about your business and the problem you're trying to solve, and it will give you a pretty good one-pager on what you need to do to solve that.
What
100% facts. I use it for work now. I use it for my presentations. I use it to prepare for calls with clients. I use it to analyze risk and mitigate risks or give me possible risk mitigations. Is it perfect? By no means. It is not 100% perfect. For instance, the way I use it at work is I would take a company's website or a customer's website. I would plug it into my AI. I would say, analyze the company. This is the loan amount that they're seeking, or this is the loan amount that they're trying to renew. Give me, and the customers would give me their financials. So I would take the financials and I would load it to AI. Look for trends, look for opportunities, look for any possible downgrade in risk credit, look for any concentration within their ARs or APs, and it would do it so fast. This would take our underwriters pretty much a day, maybe a whole day, to go through an entire financial, because we would have to wait for spreads for the trend analysis on the year over year for about 3 years, depending on the loan and what we're trying to do for them. But we would have to look through those, send it off, wait for it to get back to us. And it's usually a 24, 48 hour turnaround time. But with AI, we plug all the financials that we receive from a customer, personal financial statement as well, and it spits it out. And I would say the whole package, from plugging it in, typing instructions, maybe less than an hour, the whole package. And then we can just finish up our write-up after that. So I tell you, it is phenomenal in the capabilities, and we're just getting familiar with it. It was not even 100% that the whole company or all the employees are using it to its full potential, or our full potential. We're only discovering our full potential as a thought partner with it. So it's going to revolutionize banking industry, health industry, everything. It's just going to make humans work a lot better instead of having to do mundane administrative tasks and just the tasks that we dread, but it has to get done. It's just going to speed that up. And I think we are just going to come up with more things and better things and more efficient. I'm a fan of AI. Well, remember, make smart moves, not just loud ones. We'll see you on the next video.